जी लास्ट टाइम हम डिस्कस कर रहे थे स्फिंगोलिपिड, उसको हम कंटिन्यू करते हैं with the types of sphingolipid and where they are found. Basically there are several different types of sphingolipid जिनको हम characterize करते हैं on the basis of their different structural and chemical elements. और ये जो difference है in structural and chemical element, that is basically due to the elements that are attached to the sphingoid backbone. Out of these classes, इसमें हमारे पास the most prominent one is ceramides. Ceramides जो है, that is the simplest class of a sphingolipid that consists of a sphingosine and a fatty acid. If you can see, this is the structure of ceramide. There is the fatty acid that is attached, और ये जो है वो ceramide का structure है. Ceramides basically क्या है, we will see to it. Ceramides जो हैं, they are epidermal lipids that are considered important for skin barrier function. Ceramide is also involved in several cellular processes that include apoptosis, differentiation, and cell stress. So ceramides basically consider किए जाते हैं important आपके स्किन बैरियर फंक्शन के तौर पे. बहुत सारे सेलुलर प्रोसेसेस हैं जिसमें ये इन्वॉल्व होते हैं, जिसमें डिफरेंशिएशन है, सेल स्ट्रेस है, एपोप्टोसिस है. इसमें जो है सेरामाइड को कंसिडर किया जाता है that they are important. Apoptosis जो है basically it's a process of programmed cell death. ठीक है. और ये जो प्रोसेस है ये यूज़ होता है ड्यूरिंग अर्ली डेवलपमेंट टू एलिमिनेट अनवांटेड सेल. सो सेरामाइड्स जो हैं वो इन्वॉल्व होते हैं in this process. Ceramides are made up of long chain fatty acid that link with other important molecules to promote cellular function. Chemically, ceramides are composed of a sphingosine base that is basically a long chain amino alcohol and a fatty acid that is further joined by an amide bond. ये जो स्फिंगोइड बेस होती है, दैट मे कंसिस्ट ऑफ डाईहाइड्रोस्फिंगोसिन, or it can be sphingosine only or phytosphingosine or 6-hydrosphingosine. So ये जो स्फिंगोइड बेस होती है, it can vary and it may consist of any of these compounds. Ceramides basically make up over 50% of skin's composition. So we can see that they play a vital role in determining how your skin looks, because earlier as we said that they are considered important for skin barrier function, or in simple words we can say that they hold water in the skin, so it gives hydration to the skin. So that is the reason we are saying that they play a vital role in determining how your skin look. Ceramide is the structural parent of all sphingolipid. There are following subclasses of sphingolipids, and all of them are derivatives of ceramides, but they differ in their head groups. So now we will look into the subclasses of sphingolipids. ये जो subclasses हैं of sphingolipids, basically all of them are derivatives of ceramides, but that differ in their head group. These subclasses of sphingolipids are sphingomyelins, neutral or unchanged glycolipids, and gangliosides. There is another subclass, at times we place it as a subclass of sphingolipid, that is sulfatides. So We will now look into the subclasses one by one. So first of all, we will see what basically are sphingomyelins. This is the basic structure of sphingomyelin before we move forward. Um, this is the backbone, that is the sphingosine, जो कि obviously that is a characteristic of all the sphingolipids. There will be a fatty acid, a phosphate group जो further attach होगा choline के साथ या जो भी head group है उसके साथ. Sphingomyelins are the most common sphingolipids that contain phosphocholine or phosphoethanolamine as their polar head group. Like if you again see the structure of sphingomyelins, यहाँ पे हमने कहा कि either there will be a choline or there will be ethanolamine जो यहाँ पे phosphate के साथ attach होगी. They are classified along with glycerophospholipids as sphingophospholipid. So, just like we classify glycerophospholipids, similarly, we classify them as sphingophospholipid, because if you see there are a lot of subclasses of sphingolipids, and that is the main reason we call them as, or we classify them as sphingophospholipid. Sphingomyelins resemble phosphatidylcholine in their general properties and three-dimensional structure, in having no net charge on their head group. So, in simple words, we can say that sphingomyelins are very much similar to phosphatidylcholine in their general properties. First thing, the second thing is in their three-dimensional structure, and just like phosphatidylcholine, sphingomyelin जो है, they also contain no net charge on their head groups. Though sphingomyelins differ chemically from phosphatidylcholine and phosphatidylethanolamine. So, general properties are similar, but chemically sphingomyelins जो है वो differ करते हैं from phosphatidylcholine and phosphatidylethanolamine. Sphingomyelins are present in the plasma membrane of animal cells, and they are especially prominent in myelin. That is, you know, that a membranous sheet that surrounds and insulates the axons of some neurons. So, if we see if कि sphingomyelins जो हैं उन कहाँ पे particularly present होते हैं, so they are found in the plasma membrane of animal cells, and in myelin they are most prominent. In sphingomyelin, sphingosine or a related base is bound by amide. अगर हम स्ट्रक्चर को, इन अदर वर्ड्स, अगर हम स्ट्रक्चर जो है स्फिंगोमाइलिन का उसको वर्ड्स में डिस्क्राइब करें तो हम उसको इस तरह से डिस्क्राइब कर सकते हैं कि इन sphingomyelin, sphingosine or a related base is bound by amide linkage to a long chain fatty acid and by ester linkage to phosphorylcholine. So this is basically the structure of sphingomyelin जो कि अभी हमने पहले देखा भी था, and this is the description of that particular structure. Then comes the glycosphingolipid. Glycosphingolipid itself is another major subclass. Glycosphingolipid, that is basically a subclass of glycolipid that is found in the cell membrane of organisms, from bacteria to humans. Glycosphingolipids occur largely in the outer phase of plasma membranes. They consist of a sphingosine, a long chain fatty acid, and a sugar. Glycosphingolipids that are found in eukaryotic plasma membranes, they are comprised of a ceramide backbone that has a glycan covalently bound to it. So earlier, as we said, basically they are the derivatives of ceramide. So glycosphingolipids जो कि present हैं eukaryotic plasma membranes में, basically they comprised of a ceramide backbone जो कि that further has a glycan जो कि covalently bound करता है इसके साथ. It is generally considered that glycosphingolipids that play an important role in the development of immune cells. This is the structure of glycosphingolipid. If you see, this is the sphingosine base. That is the characteristic of any sphingolipid. This is the fatty acid that can have chain length of 16 to 26 carbon as is shown, and this is the sugar that will be attached. So this is the general structure of glycosphingolipid. जो स्ट्रक्चर है ऑफ ग्लाइकोस्फिंगोलिपिड्स दे आर डाइवर्स. Glycosphingolipids, basically they are a class of glycolipids, and they are comprised of a ceramide backbone, right, that is linked by a beta glycosidic bond to complex glycans. अभी जो हमने बात की थी इसको हम फर्दर एक्सपेंड अगर करें तो हम उसको इस तरह से डिस्क्राइब कर सकते हैं कि ग्लाइकोस्फिंगोलिपिड्स जो हैं दे आर क्लास ऑफ ग्लाइकोलिपिड्स एंड दे आर कंप्राइज्ड ऑफ सेरामाइड बैकबोन जो कि लिंक करती है बाय ए बीटा ग्लाइकोसिडिक बॉन्ड टू कॉम्प्लेक्स glycan. It is estimated that there are more than 400 glycan residues that have been linked to ceramide. The most, um before we move on towards, I think you have an idea when we are using the word glycan, what does it mean? Okay, so glycan basically in simple words we can say that it is another form, or this that is another term for polysaccharides, right? Just for the understanding. The most common sugars that are seen in glycosphingolipids, they are galactose, N-acetylglucosamine, glucose, फ्यूकोज एंड एन एसिटाइल यूरामिनिक एसिड. ठीक है. सो अगर हम शुगर्स देखें कि कौन कौन सी प्रेजेंट हो सकती हैं इन ग्लाइकोस्फिंगोलिपिड्स, इसमें ग्लैक्टोज हो सकती है, एन एसिटाइल ग्लूकोसामीन हो सकती है, इट कैन बी ग्लूकोज, फ्यूकोज और एन एसिटाइल यूरामिनिक एसिड. Cerebrosides, that is another type of glycosphingolipid. They have a single sugar that is linked to ceramide. So if you see, basically sphingolipids में से ये सारे derivatives, सारी सब classes और जितने भी you can say chains हैं वो निकल रही हैं. बैकबोन सेरामाइड है या स्फिंगोइड बैकबोन है, बट हेड ग्रुप जो है या शुगर की अटैचमेंट जो है वो उनके स्ट्रक्चर में चेंजेस ला रही है, और बिकॉज ऑफ द चेंज इन स्ट्रक्चर एवरीवन विल हैव अ डिफरेंट फंक्शन. सेरेब्रोसाइड्स जो हैं that is another type of sphingolipids that have a single sugar that is linked to ceramide. Those with galactose are characteristically found in the plasma membrane of cells. So simply we can say that cerebrosides that have a galactose sugar, they are characteristically found in the plasma membrane of cells. जहाँ पे सेरेब्रोसाइड, जिसमें ग्लैक्टोज जो है वो शुगर, जो लिंक्ड शुगर है सेरामाइड के साथ, अगर वो ग्लैक्टोज होगी तो उसको हम बोलते हैं जी ग्लैक्टोसेरेब्रोसाइड। ठीक है। ग्लैक्टोसेरेब्रोसाइड्स जो हैं दे आर मोस्ट प्रेवलेंट इन द न्यूरोनल cell membranes of the brain, and they have a beta D galactose head group. Fine. So if there will be a glucose that is attached to the cerebroside, though it will be a glucocerebroside, और अगर ग्लैक्टोज शुगर है तो it will be known as a galactocerebroside. So glucocerebroside जो है that instead of galactose head group, it have a beta D glucose residue, and it occurs in the membrane of other tissues. So this is the main difference in gluco and galactocerebroside, that जो sugar present होगी वो एक में galacto होगी और एक में जो है वो gluco होगी. Generally, glycosphingolipids are divided into two groups, and this division is based on whether the ceramide core is galactosylated or glucosylated. ठीक है जी. सो ग्लाइकोस्फिंगोलिपिड्स को हम डिवाइड करते हैं दो ग्रुप्स में, और ये डिवीजन जो है ये बेस करती है कि जो सेरेमाइड कोर है वो आइदर ग्लैक्टोसाइलेटेड है और ग्लूकोसाइलेटेड है. While cells do not strictly require glycosphingolipids, they are vital in multicellular organisms. Although cells की इतनी कोई strict requirement नहीं है glycosphingolipids की presence, but still they are considered vital in multicellular organism. Cerebrosides जो हैं in contrast to phospholipids, they lack a phosphate group, and hence they are considered as most frequently non-ionic compounds. This is the structure of a galactocerebroside. So if you can see, this is galactose, that is a polar head group, and this is the ceramide, and this is the glycosidic bond. So if there will be a glucose over here, so it will be a glucocerebroside. The galactose residues of some galactocerebrosides, they are sulfated at carbon number 3 position to form ionic compounds, जिनको हम बोलते हैं जी sulfatides. ठीक है जी. So if you can say galacto जो residue है of some galactocerebrosides are sulfated at carbon number 3 position to form ionic compounds, then they are termed as sulfatides. जो ग्लैक्टोसेरेब्रोसाइड्स हैं they occur in brain, kidney, spleen, liver, leukocytes, lungs, retina, egg yolk, and fish sperm. Another type of you can say cerebrosides is globosides. Globosides and gangliosides. These are the two most complex glycosphingolipids that contain a ceramide and an oligosaccharide fragment. So you can say that कि glycosphingolipids में again दो branches हैं, दो subclasses हैं that are considered to be the most complex. They are the globosides and gangliosides that contain a ceramide and an oligosaccharide fragment. Or for your convenience, you can also write it as, yes, को आप इस तरह से heading दे सकते हो कि if we say कि what are the two most complex glycosphingolipids, so you can say that they are the globosides and gangliosides. They are particularly globosides की अब हम बात कर रहे हैं. Globosides जो हैं, they are particularly abundant at nerve endings and at specific hormone receptor sites on cell surfaces, and therefore they play an important role in molecular recognition. So this is the function of globosides. Globosides are neutral with two or more sugars, और ये जो sugars होती हैं जो globosides में present होंगी, that are usually D-glucose, D-galactose और N-acetyl D-galactosamine. कोई सी दो या दो से ज़्यादा sugars जो हैं वो present होंगी in globosides. Then the second most complex glycosphingolipid is the ganglioside. Gangliosides जो हैं, they alone make up about 6% of the gray matter in the brain, and there are over 60 different types जिनको हम बोलते हैं जी, that are known as GM1, GM2 and GM3. These are the most common type. बेसिकली यहाँ पे M जो है वो रिप्रेजेंट करता है मोनो को, मतलब कि इफ देयर इज वन शुगर. अभी इसको हम आगे जाके जो है वो फर्दर एक्सप्लेन करेंगे, देन यू विल हैव अ बेटर आइडिया. Gangliosides जो हैं, they have oligosaccharides as their polar head groups that include among their sugar residues at least one sialic acid residue. So the characteristic of ganglioside is that कि उनके जो polar head groups होंगे they will be oligosaccharides, और जहाँ पे sugar residues present है, among all the sugar residue there will be at least one sialic acid residue. It is essential to note that the difference between globosides and gangliosides that lies in the fact, जो डिफरेंस है बिटवीन ग्लोबोसाइड्स एंड गैंग्लियोसाइड्स, वो क्या डिफरेंस है? ग्लोबोसाइड्स जो हैं वो न्यूट्रल हैं, जबकि गैंग्लियोसाइड्स जो हैं they have a net negative charge at pH 7. So at neutral pH, globosides are neutral, whereas gangliosides जो हैं they have a negative charge. And why they have a negative charge? It is because of the presence of N-acetyl uramic acid or sialic acid on one or more of its terminal sugar units. So the reason of being having a net negative charge is the presence of N-acetyl uramic acid or sialic acid. Basically, uramic acid जो है, it is in other words, इसका जो new name है वो sialic acid है. इट इज़ इसका न्यू नेम जो है वो सियालिक एसिड है. सो एन न्यूरामिनिक एसिड जो हम अगर कहते हैं तो इट मींस वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट सियालिक एसिड. दिस इज द स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ गैंग्लियोसाइड. ठीक है जी. ये एन एसिटाइल न्यूरामिनिक एसिड है. ये जो है वो है जी गैंग्लियोसाइड, और ये आपके पास ग्लैक्टोज, यहाँ पे ग्लैक्टोज है, एन एसिटाइल ग्लैक्टोसामीन है. सो दिस इज द स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ अ गैंग्लियोसाइड. ये सैरामाइड है, right? A bit complex one, as we said earlier, they are more complex. गैंग्लियोसाइड्स जिसमें एक सियालिक एसिड रेजिड्यू होगा, दे आर इन द जीएम सीरीज. सो एम बेसिकली स्टैंड फॉर मोनो. अगर दो सियालिक एसिड होंगे तो उसको हम बोलते हैं जी डाई सीरीज. और जो हम बात कर रहे थे कि GM1, GM2, GM3, बेसिकली वो 1 2 3 हम नंबरिंग करते हैं on the basis of their movement on thin layer chromatography. thin layer chromatography में जो movement है उसकी basis पे हम numbering करते हैं 1 2 3. So अगर एक सियालिक एसिड प्रेजेंट होगा तो उसको हम प्लेस करेंगे in the GM series where M stand for mono. अगर दो सियालिक एसिड होंगे तो उसको हम प्लेस करेंगे in the GD series where D stands for di and so on. Gangliosides जो हैं, they have considerable physiological and medical significance. In case of humans, at least 60 different sphingolipids have been identified in cellular membrane. Gangliosides can bind to membrane proteins also directly by carbohydrate or carbohydrate amino acid interaction. Simply अगर हम देखें कि what are the functions of gangliosides, these are the functions of gangliosides. कि gangliosides जो हैं वो bind कर सकते हैं membrane proteins के साथ directly uh, by having a carbohydrate interaction or carbohydrate amino acid interaction. Gangliosides also act as receptors of interferon, epidermal growth factor, nerve growth factor, and insulin. And they may also regulate cell signaling and control growth and differentiation of cells in this way. That was all about phospholipids, glycerophospholipids, sphingolipids, and that is the end of this topic. Next जो हम topic start करेंगे, that will be sterols. So we are now left with two important topics in this chapter, that is sterols and prostaglandins. ठीक है जी. So जो next मैं आपको lecture भेजूंगी, that will cover sterols and then prostaglandins. Then that will be the end of this chapter. So इसको आप लोग go through कर लो. If you will have any difficulty, you can ask me in the group. ठीक है जी. So take care and I'll send you the next lecture in a day, inshallah.